Hello and welcome back to the United States Amateur Disc Golf Championships of 2023 presented by Discraft. We are here for round 2 action at this PDGA Major here at Kensington Metro Park in Milford, Michigan. We are so excited to be here. Filmed by Crew 42. My name is Zac O'Heran. I am on the commentator's mic for this event along with Steven. How you doing, Steven?
Not too bad. How are you doing, Zach?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to see what we have here for our second card. Our field has been very tightly packed. Everyone sitting around that -3, -2 range here in this chase card, and we're going to see what they can do. Starting off with Brendan here from Muskegon, Michigan. Well, one of our Michigan boys, we always got to root for them, right? It might be a little biased, but 949 rated. Got Max Scheetz. He is quite the character. Out of Ohio. That makes sense, out of Ohio. But one of the higher rated players here is looking to improve off of yesterday's round. We have Alex Banning, also 977 from Kansas City. He's looking to make some moves here today. And then on the last on our card, we got Peter Green out of Wisconsin, and he is coming to kicking the door and coming in like quite active. I mean, I'm a little intimidated, right? Like
a little bit.
No, I love it. This is great. Here on hole 1, 477, forehand traditionally play here. You got to leave it a little closer to the tree line than you think if you want to attack the pin position. You can go backhand, but there's that bunker on the right side. If you turn it over, you can land in shelf and get in some trouble. We're going to see what these guys have. All of them sitting at -3, tied in the top 10 as of right now. We're going to need to keep this going.
This is your 2:34 tee time. Leading us off, shooting at 3
I
under 62.
recently just played a
round
round with
Brendan
Brendan
Schuppe.
at the Hastings Grand Prix. Fellow Team Lone Star member.
A lot of Lone Star members out here at this event. A lot of Texas players coming up, making the move for this event.
Brendan here ripping over on this backhand. Needs to pan. Looking good.
Yeah, that's all right. That's going to be circle's edge.
Also shooting at 3 under 62 yesterday.
Got Max here. Can throw both forehand and backhand. His game's a little hard to describe. I'd say he's a little more comfortable forehand. He's got lots of power with it. Kept it inside, like I said. This needs to make a big move, though, to the right. Kind of found the ground a little early there. He's going to have a long upshot, maybe a look for his 2.
Also shooting 3 under 62.
So
Alex
Alex
Banning.
looks like he's going to go with the backhand.
He's got to turn. Looks like it's going to pan out a little too early here. Yeah, it's going to be on the left side, but no OB to speak of over here for this tournament. So on the left side, it will be inbounds. He just won't be able to see the basket for his upshot.
Put a lot of hyzer on that disc. It seemed like it could have got a little bit better turn if he didn't put as much hyzer on it.
Maybe he was anticipating more turnover in the wind. Got Peter Green here. Lots of power, forehand player. Left this a little higher in order to try to give it room to move right. It's going to land a little short, but he's going to have a putt at that birdie. It's going to be from range, though. Here we have Alex. Can't see the basket. You can see the wind read, though. He's going to try to hyzer this one up and around. Oh, that disc is getting pushed. Yeah, short and left. And that's the danger of not being able to see the basket. Can leave you a little off your target.
Max has a nice jump out approach.
Yep, keeping it simple. Peter from range now, probably 40 feet.
This is a good bid. A little right.
Alex for his par save, sitting right around the same distance, 40 feet or so. Good bid, but just a touch low under the basket. Didn't quite carry long enough, which is going to lead us to Brandon for our birdie look. Sitting right around circle's edge, just inside maybe. Oh,
Just off the front cage.
good line, but not quite enough to get that birdie there. Peter here on the comeback, 15, 20 feet. These putts feel a little nervy, trying to get yourself going.
First, like 15 footer of the day can always be a little bit nerve-wracking.
This disc didn't want to come out of there for a second. Making sure it's okay. One thing I love about this event specifically is that you always get some people from all across the country coming up, and you get some really interesting characters that are fun to watch, fun to play with, fun to talk with. And they get to, and then we get a little sneak peek of it here on the camera. Moving over to hole 2, Steven, what do we got?
Hole 2, you got 680 feet, par 4. You want to throw probably a straight to hyzer shot. Get it to land right around here, and you can make your way up the hill to try and get to the top of the hill to have a look for a birdie. But taking a 4 on this hole is not that bad either.
Played as the second hardest hole yesterday, so third hardest hole today at 4.36. A par here would get strokes on folks and keep themselves right where they want to be. Birdie would be a bonus.
Playing with Brendan before, he's got tremendous amounts of power.
Mm-hmm. And it's real effortless too. I think he's going for the top hill spot, which is a big shot. Good kick off the hill too.
It's a beautiful landing spot right there.
Yeah, he probably wants to be another 10 feet forward to get more of a run up that's flat, but that's an okay landing spot to be there on the left side of the fairway. Max is going to throw a hyzer here and just let it drift into the center of the fairway, base of the hill. Again, I think that one's probably 10 feet too far. He probably wants to be a little flatter ground, but
yeah, he looked like he was just playing for the par.
Peter going with a forehand. Boom. Just snaps that. And that is way up there.
That is a crush of a forehand.
That's so big. A lot of people can't even reach that backhand. He's going forehand, putting a Nuke OS on angle. Alex also looks like he's going for the plateau up the hill as well. You can kind of see as we progress from our feature card to our chase card here that we're going to see more players maintain this level who have big power because this course requires so much of it. Max going with a forehand here, putting himself most of the way up the hill. He'll probably be able to see the basket. Not quite on top yet. Alex way up on the hill here, along with the other competitors. Going to leave this one way out right. Try to hyzer in, going after the cameraman.
Right between the signposts.
He's going to be circled to, what did you say, 50 feet?
I would say about that. With these uphill run-ups, it's very easily able to pull it right, just like you see here from Brendan and from Alex both. But they get good results. Brendan just outside the circle, and we saw Alex there about 50-footer.
Watch out, Jake. Cameraman Jake. They are going after him right now. We have Peter here going forehand again. It's way up over the hill. And deep.
Going long of the basket. We don't even see many pros do that.
That's... I can't even fathom that, how hard he's throwing that disc.
There's no way.
Yeah, I wish I had a speedometer could check how fast that disc is exiting his hand. Max making light work of that approach shot, just a little Annie right underneath the pin. Moving on to Alex here from that 50-foot place for his birdie look. Cash.
It's a good stroke from Alex there.
Gets the bonus birdie after the mistake on one. Earns it right back into par. Here we have Brendan from just outside circle.
Brendan likes to use the armadillo for these kind of little jump putts.
A little short on that one. Hits top of the rim but doesn't sneak in. Got Peter on the comeback putt from a similar distance just off the top of the band. Not able to convert on his birdie either. So we just got a couple tap-in pars here. We're going to see a lot more of this, especially on the longer holes. And we're going to see more birdie opportunities from this type of card that has this much power.
Yeah, you can see already all four of these players have ample enough power to score on this course. You just got to keep it in the fairway.
Which is easier said than done. Even without OBs, like on hole 3, left side's not OB today. playing at 3.95. Our first hole adjusted. It was not under par yesterday, is under par today. Ideal landing spot is either right in front of the long grass on the right side or anything level with that along the fairway, or you can go into 14's fairway on the far left side, so you'll be level with the basket for your second shot. I will say that if you land on the right side of the fairway, you won't be able to see the basket, so there's a disadvantage to that. The right side is not OB, but if you lose your disc, you go to a drop zone at the base of the hill, so a little time saver there, so you don't have to climb up the toboggan hill 4 times in 3 holes.
Alex ripping on this shot here. This
looks so good.
Looking really good.
This is a great landing spot, far enough left where he'll be able to see the basket and still way up there, up the fairway. Ooh, this is on the left. And he's doing some course maintenance. It's going to drop the disc right next to the short pad.
It's going to be a tough run, run up on that shot.
Yeah, he's probably hoping it's on the short pad. Here's Max putting a lot of hyzer on this one, just kind of letting it go off to the left if it needs to. And he is going to be over there in 14's fairway. As I mentioned, not OB on the left side, but that actually is an okay landing spot. You'll be level with the basket, so it just requires a very similar approach shot from that position. Peter here throwing something real stable. And him being in the center of the fairway, that's going to be really good for him.
That plays well for his forehand.
And it's far enough back, too, that he'll probably be able to see the basket from there. Brandon gets pretty flat ground here. Going to throw a turnover here. Drifting back to the right side of the fairway is going to be right at the base of that long grass where you probably want to be on his drive, but can get up and down from there.
Max looks like he's making a good approach here to the basket.
Yeah, it looks really good. Circle. Yeah. Great shot from there. I don't know what Peter's putter game looks like or approach disc game looks like. Can't imagine there's too many discs that have enough stability for him as he sends another disc too long outside the circle.
He's going to have to tone it down just a little bit so he can get inside the circle.
Yeah, make it a little easier on himself. Here's Alex with ideally a perfect drive essentially. A little short on his upshot, but I think inside circle.
Got Brendan here again, looking just to get up and down, save his par.
Ooh, almost dumping it in for a birdie. Right by the basket, though. Should be a 4. Peter's effort from circle 2. Unable to convert, but he'll stay inside circle. Alex from circle's edge is going to get that birdie to go.
It's back-to-back birdies for Alex.
Mm-hmm. Birdie from Max as well.
Max is getting his round on track here.
All 4 of our competitors shooting -3 in round 1. Couple adjustments here and there. They'll be able to shoot even better today, potentially. Conditions are just about perfect. And we'll be right back after a quick break.
An important part of getting a PDGA membership is helping grow the game. Membership dollars are used to bolster competition of all levels, from local C-tiers to majors. Tools like Digital Scorecard and Tournament Manager help events run seamlessly. Your PDGA membership also gives you access to Disc Golf Network coverage for select events and a 50% discount to their full coverage package. Help grow the sport and get started today. Visit pdga.com/join.
Headed out to hole 4. Steven, what do we got going on here?
You got 580 feet par 4. Traditional shot is a big hyzer to get past this group of trees that were coming up here. You're going to get past this tree for sure and then land somewhere in between these trees to leave yourself with either backhand or forehand to play into this hillside to slow the disc down to get a 3.
Plays as the easiest hole on the day. Another hole that changed from over par to under par for round 2. So this one, our card really needing to get birdies to kind of stay on that, you know, move up the leaderboard kind of pace.
Alex here with a nice hyzer shot. Give a good height. Get around the tree. Oh, there it is. Looked like he kind of got a little bit right, but still ends up in a decent spot.
Yeah, that tree, we'll see if that impacts his run up at all, but he had really good, like that was the perfect height off the tee in order to really get left and try to push into that tree line if he can. Max a little lower than that, it's calling for it to get left, and it's going to hit those pine trees and sit in the fairway, so he's good there.
Brendan here ripping a big hyzer way right. He's going to need that to finish left. He hits the same tree that Alex did, but gets the roll backwards.
Luckily did not stand to those pine trees. He's going to get a run up.
Yep, he'll be alright from there.
I love the forehand on this hole. It's the best way to attack past that tree line, I think. It requires crazy amounts of power, which luckily Peter has. Fortunately, didn't get that one to push far enough forward before it ran into those pine trees, so he's going to be short as well, but he's got a wide open gap.
Just needs to play this forehand into the hillside and get a skip up.
A little low, probably from what he wanted to hit that hill, and he got a nasty kick into the left, but we're going to see what he's got from there. Uh-oh. Probably a good catch by that pine tree. That was headed left towards the really thick rough.
Yeah, a little bit of a misfire from Brennan, but he should still be able to get up and down and save his par. Got Max here throwing a forehand. Doesn't give it enough turn, but he should still be able to get up and down.
No one able to quite attack this. Here's Alex, compromised footing, able to reach out to the right side, see if he can get up the hill here. Oh, and he hits early and gets knocked down. So we got a lot of shots here that are going to be coming up the hill. Starting off with Brandon, who's got more of an approach shot here. He's got to be really careful not to go blowing past this basket. Good speed control.
I think that's a good shot. Max having to go to the patent pending stance. Looking just to swing it out to the right and have it cut back.
Well done. Perfect upshot from there. Peter here from probably 60 feet, edge of circle 2. 50 feet, 60 feet in between there. Way uphill. He's going to take a run at it cash.
That's a beautiful putt. Especially with the drop off that's behind the basket.
Nice caddy work,
good
Mikey.
one.
Let's take another look at that one from the catch camera angle. Leaves it nose up so it doesn't run necessarily hard past the basket. It's going to hit soft on beyond it if he were to miss, but no missing that one. Dead center of the chains. It's going to be a bonus birdie for him to pick that one up. We'll point to the camera. I love it.
Alex giving it a bid. Thankfully sits right there. Should be able to get his par.
Yep. A couple of tap-ins at this point. Pending any disasters, I guess I should say. Brandon, no disaster for him. As I mentioned, one of the few holes. Yesterday we had only one hole play under par. Today we had 3, this being one of them. An improvement from the day before, and in fact the easiest hole on the day with not the most birdies, but probably the second most birdies on for an individual hole. As we see Max tap in his par, and we'll be moving on to hole 5. Arguably the most beautiful course in disc golf. I'm not biased. Taking it 480 feet. This beautiful tunnel shot, grassy fairway in the woods, just absolutely beautiful. Players are going to want to throw something relatively flippy on hyzer and let it fly straight as far as possible. There is a log on the right side that if you happen to hit that, it will scoot you towards the basket. So that's always a good thing. There is a marsh that's deep as well that if you happen to just peer the gap, it can give you some trouble. But you really, really don't want to go right or left early because those are both really bad spots to be. Peter throwing the only backhand of the round in his game plan.
It's a beautiful shot. He threw a perfect hyzer flip.
And it's just like, oh, you should do that more often.
The one backhand I got.
If that's your one backhand, maybe you should do more backhands. That was pretty good. In circle, unbelievable.
Alex here throwing what looked to be wanted to get a hyzer flip, but it didn't flip. It went to the left.
Yeah, I think his height prevented it from flipping as much as he wanted, I think. He's going to get kicked to left. Max is also going to throw hyzer. He left that too far left. Luckily hits and just stays right in the fairway. Kind of looks back at Peters saying he got messed up because he left dust on the pad. Heaven forbid. These guys were a blast.
Looks like Brendan's throwing probably a Frio on this hole.
Oh, it gets burned in the fairway. It honestly, if you saw the first rendition with the red wood chips, if that shot had hit the red wood chips, it would have kept going forward. I really like the addition of the grass because those earlier shots that get buried don't get that reward, which I'm a fan of. You really got to peer the gap. It requires that level of skill. Max here went forehand but gets kicked off left into the woods. We'll see what kind of putt he has from there.
Alex looked like he kicked into some danger over here. It's
Yeah.
going to be a tough up and down.
This is bogey territory if you're off the fairway on this hole. Very quickly.
Looks like he's going to try and play a high stall just to get back into the fairway.
Doesn't even get back in the fairway, stays in the woods, but he's at the very end of it, so he'll see the basket and he'll be able to kind of putt at it. But I mean, the rough on this hole is, well, rough.
Brandon with the forehand, getting up to about circle's edge. It looks like maybe inside, just inside. Here you have Alex with his putt. Looks like he's got this log right in front of him, so if he's a jump putter, it's going to be more likely a standstill.
Can see the basket at least. Oh, he's going to step over the log. Old. By the basket at least.
Yeah, it gives a good bit.
Max in a bit of trouble. Let the cameraman get in position. He makes that look a little too easy. Just quick flicks. He's a very fast player. There he is sitting on the log on the left too. Very fast player, but very skilled, as we can see. He's earned himself onto a chase card at a major.
It's a good putt by Brendan to keep the par going.
Mm-hmm. This hole plays as the fourth hardest hole for the day. So taking a par here is not losing strokes, but if you're Peter, you're gaining lots of strokes. Little fist pump. Good birdie for him. That was a great.
He's pumped about that birdie.
Yeah, that was a great hole.
Out of all the changes that they made to this course, hole 5 is probably the best hole change that they've ever done.
A plus 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 plus. Great hole.
Alex putting in for his bogey there. Got Max here doing the same thing.
Changing from hole 5 to hole 6.
Hole 6, you have 519 feet. You want to play either a forehand or a backhand turnover up into this little plateau area around this tree, gnarly looking tree here. And then your next shot's either going to be the same thing, another forehand or backhand turnover into the green. Seems like the backhand turnover is a little better of a shot choice because it allows the disc to slow down in a matter to stay by the pin instead of maybe launch down into the hillside.
Oh, this is inside from Peter going forehand, and he's going to be off and to the right. If he pushed far enough forward, he might still have a way of getting up the fairway, but that's going to be a tough spot if it's too far to the right. Brendan lining up a roller.
This is super aggressive.
Oh, and it has too much cut and hits a tree. Probably would have ended up in the valley if it missed it. Might have flipped over. And our volunteer spotter running over to the spot. Thank you to all our volunteers who were at this event. It makes it extra special, as well as we really appreciate it because this course eats discs up so fast. Alex is off to the left there. Early tree kick.
Max getting a little bit of a jump to see if he can spot the landing zone he wants.
This is looking very clean. Yes, it's going to be up the fairway. That looked ideal to me. Here we have Alex, speaking of not so ideal here.
Forehand roller, trying to get into position to save his par.
And he has started to scoot off to the right side over towards where that walking path is. We'll see what kind of shot he has there. Potentially could save his par. Max, a little pinched off on the right side. Very wisely just pitches up to the...
That was Peter.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. That was Peter. Pitching up to the short end of that valley.
We have Max here. The decent landing spot. Throws a beautiful shot.
Get to the right. He's calling for it to get to the right. Yeah, we'll take that.
Inside the circle. Look for his birdie.
Hole 6 playing this the 6th hardest hole on the day, so a birdie here would be bonus for sure.
Alex getting out up to the pin somehow.
Really good. Wow.
This is where Brandon ended up after his roller.
I mean, even though roller didn't end up in the best spot, it's still... Oh, unfortunate shot there, but still a good spot for him to potentially attack. He left that one buried into the hill a little bit. Need to leave it higher. Here's Peter from a similar look that Alex had. Lots of plinko trees in his way. Oh, and he's going to get knocked down by some cabbage.
Unfortunately, doesn't miss them like Alex did.
Alex had the magic line. Brendan just laying up there.
Yep.
This hill, so easy to roll away. There's no grass. There's nothing right around the basket to keep it close.
Yeah, you don't want to take any chances on this green. Got Max here stepping up for his birdie.
Would take it.
2 rounds in a row. Beautiful.
Oh, that's
catches.
right. It did. It caught Ricky last round, right in the same spot too. This basket's got some love for our disc golf competitors this weekend. Par there from Alex. Great save from his second shot where that was. That was a great third to get himself a look. Peter, unfortunately, with a bogey, didn't get quite as lucky from that spot.
You got Brandon here just continuing on the par train, which is, you can't be bad about that.
Yeah. We'll be right back after a quick message.
Great Lakes Disc, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is a fully stocked retail disc golf store that fulfills all of your disc golf needs. We carry all of the major manufacturers, accessories, and offer player and event sponsorship, along with tournament payout assistance. To learn more about Great Lakes Disc, visit greatlakesdisc.com.
All right, hole 7, 667 feet, par 4, averaging 4.15 on the day. Perfect landing zone would be on this first ridge. Anything forward and on the fairway is bonus. Off the fairway, right and left is very, very difficult to save for your par, let alone a birdie. Once you get onto that first kind of plateau over the valley, your second shot uses this hill where the basket's sitting on kind of like an anthill. Lots of rollaway opportunity. You can use the hill to kind of scoot towards it. Max up here first, and he is leaving this one way too far right. It's going to need to hyzer and make some magic happen if he wants to get a birdie opportunity. That's going to be way off the fairway, it looks like.
Got Brendan here. Probably looking to throw something with slight flip up, but with a nice hyzer finish.
Yeah, the distance across the valley, I don't know what it is for sure, but it's more than it looks. I would say it's probably a 375 carry. Or a 350 carry, 375 landing zone, somewhere in there.
It's a good landing spot right there. Opens up the hyzer. You can throw a turnover forehand from there. Alex,
This
little
has gotta stay
inside.
straight. You know what? It's gonna be pinched. He's got a forehand look from there probably. That looked like it was gonna go way more left before it landed. Gosh, he puts those things on such crazy angles.
I want to know what he's throwing there because that disc is ridiculously stable for how much angle he puts that on.
Probably a Nuke OS. I know he bags those, but that is going to be off the fairway on the right side. Max just looking to pitch out into the fairway. We'll see where he ended up when we get back up to him. Peter going to go with a hammer or hawk.
Yeah, it looks like a mixture between something like a tomahawk.
Yep. He's going to get knocked down dead center fairway. Didn't get quite the full flight. Alex going with a forehand here on the left side. He's going to need to angle control this to have any chance of getting up in the basket. Hits a little early. He's going to have a long look from that position. Oh, Max did not get out of the woods. He's going to have another shot from inside of here. Luckily, he's farther forward to the edge, so... Ooh, this is getting turned over. While he did have a gap to get out, he's unfortunately turned that one over into the other side of the fairway, into the rough, so see what he gets from there. And Brendan threw the field goal.
Pulls that one right. Gets up in there to be about 15 feet from the pin for his birdie.
Made the double Manda there, right?
Yep.
Peter up shot. That looks pretty good. He's going to be up in circle. Max really needing to, like, cut the damage here. It needs to be able to get up and down from this spot. Little flick. 25 feet. He's going to have a tester there for his next putt.
Alex with a big birdie putt here.
Oh.
Just off the front.
You can see all their reactions. They all are aware that this course is Rollaway City, and he's just stay there. Okay, good hit there from Max, limiting the damage just to a bogey. It could have been worse.
Brendan here looking to get on the board.
Oh, leaves it wide right.
Yeah.
Just kind of grips it too long there.
Still probably shaking a few nerves off. Manages to get in for his par.
Peter gets in for his as well. Alex is going to have one as those other two did as well. So 3 pars, 1 bogey. Pretty standard for the average for this hole. That's going to move us on to hole 8 next. Steven, what do we got going on here?
Hole 8, got 650-foot par 4. You want to throw a steady pushing hyzer out this gap. The farther left and up on this first little hill is the best play. Opens it up for backhand turnover, forehand, into this other treacherous green on a hillside. Rollaways can be a big issue here as well.
Played as the easiest hole yesterday. Today, playing as the 3rd easiest. Still under par, pretty close. Brendan there pushing that off to the right. Holding his hand there, not sure if something happened. You can see him looking at it in the background. Maybe just kind of has something going on with that. Alex.
Alex with a good shot.
I thought that was at the bottom of the valley. I don't know how that scooted up that far.
Yeah, this grab tends to not allow very many skips in it.
It's been pretty dry. Oh, did not think that was coming. Peter going with roller off the tee there. Very surprising. We saw a couple years ago a guy named Bryson Haft, also big forehand player, go to the right side, try to take the back door to get his birdie look. I don't know if Peter ever has tried that. It's a little more dangerous, but Max here with an perfect drive, big skip.
I don't know, we might see Max being in the same spot that we saw a player from the first round, being a little pinched right there.
Adam, yeah. Jeez, oh Pete's.
Huge forehand.
That's
from Peter.
so big. It's still outside circle 2, but makes the hole go from a 5 to a 4 real fast.
Real fast.
Brendan in just a bad spot and can't quite get out of it. He's still in the woods here for his third here. He just wants to get up towards that pine tree, give himself a shot. He's going to be short of it. Hopefully he can get up and down from that spot. It'll be a tough shot, though.
Looks like he's going to go high backhand turnover.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best way to get up there.
This looked inside after his release. Yep, and it is. It's going to be in the woods over there. So, looks like this one's going to be hurting him a little bit on the scorecard. How much it will depend on if he can get up and down from there. Here's Alex trying to go low and under that right side of the pine tree. That's a tough angle to ask. He's going to be short and in the rough on the right side. Max going big turnover.
Into a little bit of a roller into the rough.
Going right at the cameraman. They love going after Jake today. I was telling Jake after the round he should have just stood by the basket. We'd have had like 25 throw-ins. Alex able to get up through the gap. He's going to have a circle one putt there. Ooh, that looks like the special disc that they all got as their player pack, that Jawbreaker Zone OS. I wonder if that's what it was.
That's right, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's a cool disc. Brendan here, poke out. Yep, he's going to be in circle.
Trying to just
get off the hole.
Get off the hole.
Yeah. Sometimes the hole has your lunch money, and it's just like, I'm just going to try to save as much as I can.
Max here to get a birdie.
Yeah, big putt. Running that one in. Sick.
It's a big putt right there.
Brendan here, 20 feet uphill. You see the wind just ripping on those Discraft flags. No.
Sit down. Come on, don't do it to him.
No, don't you. Stop. Stop.
Don't stand up.
Stop. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Going from 25 to 80.
Giving it a big bid.
Yeah, he went for it. Missed the right side of it. It was good basket height, though. Good pace.
Yeah, it was. It was the basket height the whole way.
No. Okay, that one. Oh, that one's. Okay, this hole's starting to traumatize me, and I'm not even playing. Unfortunate break there for Alex. Brendan really just had a rough hole here. Gonna push him to +4 for the round. He's got enough time here where he can get himself back in the action here. Starting with hole 9. This is a birdieable hole for him. 472 feet, par 3. Playing at 3.16. Best play, throw something relatively neutral flat. Let it turn a little bit to the right before fading back. Try to hit the kind of the dry patch you see, not really grass in front of the basket. To kind of stop it in the circle there. I think that's the best play. We can also see some forehands. That left side's been cleared out with the brush hog, so not quite as dangerous as it used to be in the past.
I'm sure we'll see a forehand from Peter.
I was gonna say, Peter's if he doesn't have to go backhand, he won't. Max going backhand here, throwing something pretty neutral. Gets a little dip there. It's staying pretty straight. Needs to sit down though.
Oh,
yeah.
it's a big sweep. He's going for the pro pin.
Yeah, that is. It's going for the wrong one. That's the danger of that hill. Is if you land on it, it'll scoot too far. You really want to land in front of the basket.
Peter here ripping on these forehands again.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Coming around the backside. Is it gonna sit?
He's deep in the basket, hunting the catch cam guy. Look at the smile on his face. He's like, almost got him. It's like a badge of honor that players are like, yeah, I hit the cameraman when he was past the basket. You know, all the cameramans are traumatized for life. They're like, no, I feel so bad. Alex leaving that one low. Perfect skip. He's going to be a little short of the basket, but that's really the ideal shot. Maybe he wants a little more. 20 feet it would have been perfect, but...
That was a good-looking shot, though.
Mm-hmm. Kept it really low. Let the skip take, the extra distance, but slow it down.
Got Brendan here just playing more of the traditional hyzer into this one.
Hitting,
it looks like he clipped that tree a little bit to slow down.
Just tickled it a little bit. Kept it on the hill so he didn't go down where Max is at.
Mm-hmm. Max just laying up.
He's so fast, and then he just does that little upshot. It's always 3 feet from the pin.
Peter from deep of the pin.
Oh, just off target, right side of the basket. You can tell he wanted that one. Okay, Brendan wants this one to get himself back on track. Yeah. Good catch by the basket, but gets some of those strokes back from the last hole.
It's a good birdie, especially after having a blow-up hole.
Oh, another good catch by the basket, man. All the baskets here are really loving the disc golfers.
Everyone else is going to tap out for their pars.
Got the volunteer getting his Instagram story done. Again, huge shout out to all the volunteers for being out here. Appreciate it. All your guys' work is very much needed in our sport, and can't thank you enough. Got a tap in there for Max, and that is going to wrap it up for our front 9 of round 2. This is moving day, and these guys are trying to move in the right direction here. Taking a look at Brendan at even overall right now. Max at neg 4, Alex at neg 3, and Peter at neg 4. They're going to be moving on to the back 9 here, looking to make some moves here, try to capitalize on some of those par 3s and see if they can get up the leaderboard here. Again, this is Zac O'Heran on the commentator's mic. I'm here with Steven. Thanks again for commentating with me.
Anytime, Zach.
And we will see you guys on the back 9.